Hi again, everybody. I'm Rob Rosenthal with AskTheLawyers.com, and it's time for another episode of Ask the Lawyer. A device designed to easily get someone help if they've fallen or been injured and can't get help on their own sounds like a great idea, unless it doesn't work. And that brings us to today's topic. We're going to ask the lawyer about GreatCall and a class action lawsuit in association with the product. And here to answer our questions is attorney Brian Chase of the Newport Beach, California-based firm of Bisnar Chase. Brian, thank you for making some time for us today. I appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on today.
So let's start at the beginning. What is GreatCall and what's the issue with it?
Okay, so GreatCall, what it is it's a medical alert device that elderly people typically that want to live alone and not live in an assisted living facility, but have concerns about their safety if they fall or things of that nature. Mm-hmm. It's a device that where if you do have a fall or an accident and you need help, you push a button and there's a GPS device hooked up to it and an alarm system that goes to a call center, and it alerts this facility that, hey, you've had an accident or a fall, and they come and render aid or do whatever they need to do to make sure you're okay. So it enables people to effectively live unassisted when they want to do that. And I know from clients that I deal with, especially elderly clients, people want to have their independence.
Sure.
So it's a way of giving folks their independence.
So what is the problem and when did that happen?
Yeah, so we've got this device. Again, I call it a medical alert device, a GreatCall, and as it turns out, it's got a defect in it, and they're not working. They recalled them in May of 2019, so they've acknowledged that they've got a problem with them as well. And we're new in the litigation, so we're trying to get to the bottom of exactly what they knew and when they knew it. But we do know it's defective, and we've got clients currently signed up, and we can talk about that in a moment about how serious this can actually be for folks.
So tell us what's going on with that recall. Are they telling people to send them back in? What's going on there?
Yeah, I'll give credit where credit's due. During the recall, I may not give them credit when I find out how long before the recall is that they knew about this problem. Then I might, have a different, attitude towards their conduct. But what they did is, at least with regard to the recall in May of 2019, they allegedly contacted all of the consumers that bought the product. I've got some clients that say they weren't contacted, so we got to get to the bottom of that. But offering to buy the product back, which that's nice. And Best Buy recently, in the last, 1 or 2 years, Best Buy bought out the company that sells GreatCall. Mm-hmm. And they're also offering a $50 gift card at Best Buy. If you return the product, get your money back, and you get a gift card. So as it stands now, that's what they're offering. Now, I've got clients that have fallen and been injured and have extensive medical bills, and I've not heard that they're offered to pay for that and other types of out-of-pocket costs. But, it's a step in the right direction.
So you have heard stories, though, of people who have had some sort of damages involved with the fact that it wasn't working.
Yeah, no, serious damages. As a matter of fact, we're in addition to the class action, we're also doing individual personal injury claims if somebody's had a serious accident. And the story I'm going to tell you about now is we represent somebody out of Texas, elderly gentleman, I think he was 86 years old, had a fall, broke a couple ribs, laying on the floor, hitting his, GreatCall button. The device was not working, and he laid on the floor all night long, all throughout the next day, until one of the assistants came home and found him laying on the floor. And that caused him, serious injury on top of just breaking the ribs, his ribs. And he is now living in an assisted living facility, and can't live on his own anymore.
Wow.
So that's just one example of how bad this can be.
Do you said you're early to the case. Do you have a feel for how many numbers of people are involved? How many of these things were sold?
Yeah, our information currently is about 1 million of them were sold. We need to verify that, but that's the current information we have is somewhere between 900,000 and 1 million throughout the United States. We've had other clients, and we do have other clients here in California and elsewhere, where they had a fall. We're stuck on the floor and we're pushing the button and not getting aid. Their devices were not working either. Fortunately, they didn't get seriously injured. They were able to crawl on the floor to a telephone and get a hold of a family member to come get them. But it's happened to a lot of people.
And so tell us a little bit what it means when you say there's a class action lawsuit and who's eligible to participate.
Yeah, sure. Great question. So anybody that has purchased this product is a potential plaintiff in the class action if they want to be involved in it. And I would encourage anybody, first and foremost, forgetting about the litigation. If you have this product, get rid of it. It's not going to save your life if you need life-saving measures or put somebody on notice that you've had a fall. But anybody that's purchased the product has a right to join into our class action, and or anybody that's had something even more serious, like the gentleman that fell and suffered serious injury and has subsequent medical expenses mounting because of it. We're also doing individual plaintiff not class actions, but plaintiff cases for those folks as well.
Now, as far as being in the class action suit, I know you're based in California, but people who contact you do not have to be from California, correct?
That's correct. We filed the case in California because Best Buy is located here, so it's a proper venue here in federal court out in California, but we represent people from all across the country. So if you've been affected by this device, no matter which state you live in, and you want some information, please give us a call. I'll be happy to let you know what we know and the best advice we can give you and what we think we might be able to do for you.
Now, if someone was contacted by Best Buy and they returned the product and got the gift card, does that make it where they're no longer eligible to be in the class action suit?
Probably, and I say probably because I've not seen any documentation that person or persons would sign if they turned back in the device and got their money back and also got the gift card. But my assumption is if Best Buy is doing that or GreatCall is doing that, they're making the people sign a release and waiving any future rights they may have. So, it kind of begs the question, if you don't want to get involved in a class action lawsuit, and some folks don't, and I get that, if you're going to negotiate with Best Buy, I'd consult with a lawyer first anyway to find out what your rights are, because I'm not aware that they are paying medical expenses and other out-of-pocket costs. And so, the device is anywhere from, I think, $50, $60. And there's a $24 a month fee on top of that, so they can reimburse you that. But if you've got several $1,000s of medical bills, you need to get that money back because you shouldn't have had to incur those.
In general, Brian, why are class action cases like this important for consumers?
Yeah, one of the things that is so important for class action lawsuits, and sometimes they get a bad name, but the reason they're important is, again, in a case like this where the device is costing $40, $50, $60, okay, a person that wants to return that, if Best Buy or GreatCall were not going to give them a refund on that, then they've got to go hire a lawyer. And no lawyer can take a case that's worth $60. Right. And so that's the benefits of class actions. It allows groups of people, tens of thousands of people, whatever the number is, get together to where the case is economically viable so they can get a lawyer involved in it. So, class actions serve a great purpose, because a lot of times cases are worth, $5, $10, $1,000, but not large enough to where a lawyer can, take time out and pursue that claim for anybody without going bankrupt themselves. So, it serves an important purpose in our country. Sort
of an example of strength in numbers too.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
All right, Brian, thank you so much. I think you offered a lot of great information. I think we've helped a lot of people today. I appreciate your time.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate you getting the word out. Keep it up.
That's going to do it for this episode of Ask the Lawyer. My guest has been attorney Brian Chase of the Newport Beach-based law firm of Bisnar Chase. Please take a second, click on the button at the bottom of the screen to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll know about future episodes. And if you want the best information about the GreatCall class action suit, or you're ready to choose a lawyer that lawyers choose, make sure to visit AskTheLawyers.com. Thanks for watching. I'm Rob Rosenthal for AskTheLawyers.com.